Welcome to Kitchen Designers Forum. My name is Donald Cooper. Today's lesson is understanding the importance of reading your spec books. I am sure by now you have been advised to read your spec books and keep them in front of you while designing. That important advice could be considered a warning. Costly errors are made every day because that advice is ignored. You might have been told cabinet manufacturers are either stock, custom, framed, or frameless. That statement does not point out each manufacturer has their own specifications. The fact is, all manufacturers are different. Some do offer identical specifications with different brand names. That is done for marketing purposes. Specifications are not duplicated in one showroom. In this lesson, we are using real framed cabinet specifications. The brand names are not shown, but each one is well known in the cabinet industry. As examples, we will illustrate important things you need to know. You will see true scenarios caused when the spec book was disregarded. I do want to emphasize we are using framed cabinetry solely for lesson purposes. Frameless cabinet brands, as framed cabinet brands, are all different. Kitchen cabinetry in boxes from one manufacturer were to be accompanied with aluminum doors from another. Unfortunately, the doors could not be installed. In failing to read the spec book, the designer was under the assumption all framed cabinetry have a 1 1/2 inch face frame. The aluminum doors and their internal hinges were made to accommodate the cabinets for the manufacturer that made the doors. Two rules were broken. One, the order was based on assumption. The designer assumed all framed cabinetry have the same frame dimension. And two, you should never mix cabinet boxes from one manufacturer with components from another. This will certainly void the warranty. An island was designed with wall cabinets. The designer instructed the clients to install the wall cabinets on a 4 1/2 inch platform. In preparation, the installer built the platforms in advance. The instructions were based on assumption. Per the spec book, the toe kick height is 4 inches, not 4 1/2, and the wall cabinet height does not match the base height. The platforms had to be remade and fillers had to be ordered. The cost of this error can be priceless. The clients lost confidence in their designer. Before you give installation instructions, review your spec book. If you have questions or if something is unclear, contact your service representative. Base cabinets were installed back to back. To hide the seam, a 1/4 inch panel was to be installed into the cabinet reveal. The 1/4 inch panel could not be installed as planned. Here again, a designer ordered the cabinetry on assumption. The reveal for this brand is 1/16 of an inch, not 1/4. You would be wrong if you were thinking this has an easy solution. The client has to wait for the finished product. Who is paying for the correct panel? And who is paying for the installer to return? A kitchen was planned with the client's chosen raised panel door style. To the client's disappointment, the requested 9-inch pantry pullouts are not raised panel. By failing to read the spec book, the designer and client were unaware for this particular door style, 9-inch cabinetry would be a veneer flat panel. You might be thinking this is partly the client's fault for choosing this particular door. Remember, your clients do not design kitchens on a daily basis. They are looking to you for guidance. When your client chooses a door style, always review the door specification and qualify your clients accordingly. This should be done twice. First when the door is chosen, and again at the closing as a reminder. A 6-inch pullout was planned to end a run, leaving 1/2 of an inch to the door casing. The designer did not refer to the spec book. The pullout does not have side panels or a toe kick. It is meant to be installed between two cabinets. Per the specification, we do not have enough wall space for an end panel, and the dishwasher's side is problematic. The design plan will not work. A new plan and cabinetry were needed. A tall pantry with swing out was installed abutting a return wall. The designer disregarded the spec book and did not realize the swing out needs the door to open 120 degrees. The internal swing out did not work and had to be removed. In most cases, design programs will portray the correct cabinet dimensions. However, they can overlook important details. Design software does not replace or take precedence over the spec book. Relying only on design software is a serious and frequent error. When you are designing with specialty cabinets, pay close attention to the installation requirements in the spec book. We added the mullion door option to 4 cabinet brands. Some of the differences are only seen in the spec book. Brands A and D, finished interiors and mounting clips are standard. The glass panes are available as an accessory attachment. Brand B, the mullion door comes with the glass and mounting clips. Finished interiors are not available. Brand C, finished interiors are available as an additional modification. Mounting clips are a charged accessory. Glass panes are not available. Specification details only cause a problem when you are not aware of them. Imagine that call when your client informs you the glass mounting clips are missing, and they are missing because you assumed they came with the glass door option. When you modify cabinetry, review the spec book first. Be sure you and your client have the correct expectations. The toe kick specification on tall cabinetry is just as important as the ceiling height dimension. To lift tall cabinets in place, the toe kick may need to be modified, either at the factory or at the job site. If you do not read the spec book, you cannot plan the correct modification, and your installer may have a problem. Using the same 4 cabinet brands, we find the toe kick specifications are different and cannot be assumed. Brand A, the toe kicks are shipped loose on 96-inch cabinetry. Brand B, toe kick modification is not available and may need alteration at the job site. Brand C, the toe kicks are shipped loose on 90 and 96-inch cabinetry. Brand D, toe kicks are attached on all cabinet sizes. Modifications are a charged item. When you are designing with tall cabinetry, review the spec book. Plan the correct modification that coincides with the ceiling height. Inform your installer ahead of time of the loose toe kick or the needed modification. Just as manufacturers have their own specifications, they each have their own set of policies and procedures. You are not only designers, you are representatives of a manufactured product. To qualify your clients correctly, you need to know the manufacturer's protocols. Policies and procedures need to be read, highlighted, and remembered. Manufacturers reprint spec books because of the changing needs of the consumer. Products, specifications, and policies can be changed, added, or deleted. If you do not read the newly printed material, you are designing and qualifying with outdated information. When spec books are reprinted, read them over again, cover to cover, and highlight important details. I have heard new designers express the fear having the spec book in front of them will give the impression they are unqualified. You will never appear unqualified by having a book in front of you. You will appear unskilled when you assume brand specifications. It does not matter what brand or box construction you are designing with, specifications, policies, and installation requirements cannot be assumed. I wish to thank those designers who contributed their scenarios. If you wish to share your scenario, you can send them to kitchendesignersfeedback spec@gmail.com. We will end today's lesson the same way it began, with some good advice. Read your spec books. Keep them in front of you while designing. My name is Donald Cooper from Kitchen Designers Forum. Have a good day.